Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at another Marvel mobile game that was announced last year, and we're going to discuss what we know about Marvel Future Revolution so far, everything we've learned over this last year. We also have a little bit of an inclination of when this title is going to be released, and we're going to show that as well. But first, before we jump into all of this, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. Just a quick reminder, all the links on my social media are in the description below, so definitely check that out. This is a new game. This is a game that was announced last year, and some of the information I'm going to give was part of a mystery panel that was given last year, so a bunch of this information is from there. We also will hear from Bill Rosemann and Mark Sumerak, who is the scenario writer for Marvel Future Revolution. So we'll learn a little bit of what we learned last year and kind of look at what's been revealed. All right, so the first question really about this game is what is Marvel Future Revolution? And from that mystery panel last year, I'm going to let Bill Rosemann tell you all about this right now.
For all the true believers around the world, an open world RPG for mobile. The first time ever featuring Marvel.
All right, so it is an open world RPG game. So when I take a look at that, what is an open world RPG game? I think right now, probably one of the most popular in the mobile space right now is Genshin Impact. That is an open world RPG type game. There's other open world RPG type games as well. Not a ton. There's a lot of auto-pathing ones. There's a lot of ARPG ones, but they didn't say action RPG. So I think some of the times when it comes to these types of games, some of those terms are probably interchangeable depending on the person talking. But if we just take what he said, it's an open world RPG game. So that really makes me think of Genshin Impact, which is a great game. It's a lot of fun. If they could put if they put Marvel in that, I think that'd be absolutely fantastic. And from what we've seen so far, it looks pretty possible. And one thing they also keep mentioning in that mystery panel is their focus for this game is to create a high-fidelity 3D open-world experience, a AAA title on mobile. And some of these graphics and stuff that we see in some of these game clips and everything look absolutely fantastic. So really looking forward to jumping in and seeing what this game is all about. So there you go. That is what Marvel Future Revolution is. It's an open world RPG, first of its kind of Marvel. So then what's the story about? What is the Marvel Future Revolution story about? Because Bill Rosemann also talks about, behind Marvel is all about storytelling, right? And keeping within the DNA of Marvel. So we have Mark Sumerak, the scenario writer. I hope I said his name right, for Marvel Future Revolution. So I'm going to let him tell you kind of what this is about. And we've heard something about Convergence, and I'll let him tell you about it.
Convergence is an event. It's a multi-universal catastrophe where Earths from alternate realities are brought into the same space and are doomed to collide with each other. So that creates this whole big scenario that the heroes have to face off against. And when players are thrust into the game, they're in this open world Marvel universe that has already experienced a convergence, and so things have combined in a way that makes a world that's totally new. And in order to protect that world, you're going to become a new agent of Omega Flight. Omega Flight is the universe's last line of defense. So they're there to stop things from spiraling out of control.
All right, so this convergence, this mashing of the worlds where everything is colliding, and we come up with some of these new places on Earth to take a look at. And this is something that you find out as you go further down in or further into that mystery panel. But just so a couple of pictures here. So in-game footage right here. I'm not going to play it, but definitely I will put the links in the description below of everything that I show today so that you can go ahead and take a look at them, watch these gameplay videos if you haven't seen them yet. And even if you have, it's fun watching them again. So we have Xand-Earth right here. This is where Xandar and Earth kind of collide, right? So we've got the hub cluster here. We also have the Chosen Valley and Sakaar. So again, all of this is kind of in-game footage, right? So things are looking pretty nice. Here's the desert of Sakaar. What else do we have? We have the Great Desert of Sakaar. It says the Great Desert of Sakaar. It's a couple different looks there. So you can kind of see what I don't know, the vastness, because just taking a look at these pictures here, it looks like there's going to be a lot of areas, some cool areas to go ahead and explore. All right, so we know what the game is. We know what the story is about for the most part. So who are the playable characters? Who are the launch characters that we're going to be able to play with right off the bat? Let's take a look at that. So taking a look at Marvel Future Revolution's Twitter page, you have these 4 characters right here. Now, through that mystery panel, these 4 playable characters were announced with the game. So we knew, at least since last year, that these 4 were going to be part of the game. And then this year, this Twitter account is becoming more and more active and sharing more information as far as playable characters. So not only are we going to be able to play with these characters right here, but we also have Storm, Astonishing Storm that's coming. Check her out. Looking all cool and everything. Playable at launch. We have Iron Man. I know there were some questions also in that panel about Iron Man. Where is he? He's right here. He's a playable character as well. We also have Black Widow. I really like the artwork, the design here that they're going for. It really looks really good. So we got Black Widow playable at launch as well. Right here, it's showing a little bit of Iron Man gameplay. So this is in-game gameplay footage, right? It says right there, actual mobile gameplay footage. So when you take a look at this, it does look and feel, at least for me right now, very much like Genshin Impact, the Genshin Impact gameplay and how you play those characters. So that right there, very cool. Also, you can see right here, Star-Lord. I think he was the newest and the last one that we've been told so far that is going to be playable at launch. Really looking forward to this guy as well. Rebellious Star-Lord. So of those characters there, we have 4 from the initial announcement, and we have been told 4 more. So those are 8 characters currently that are going to be available to play at launch with this game. Very exciting. A nice choice of characters. I thought it was good. It's nice to see kind of Star-Lord. Star-Lord typically is not a character, or Black Widow is typically not a character either, that you're able to play right off the bat. Really, Storm isn't either. Typically, they stay pretty solid with Spider-Man and Cap. The Avengers mainly, right? Since they're pretty popular. There's a lot of popular Marvel characters. A ton of them are, but I think really the familiarity with the recent movies and things like that really kind of bring the attention to them. And everybody likes Spider-Man, Cap, the Avengers. They're all pretty cool. So that is where we are as far as playable characters at launch so far. And this last one was announced March 25th. So that was just last month. So also something else that was asked, something that was mentioned during that panel was you're able to pan and scan the camera. So like in Genshin Impact and a few of the other open world mobile games, there's a lot of games out there where you can pan and scan your camera. Question was asked about controller support. Will this game support the option to use a controller, which I think would be great. I think that would be awesome, actually. So they did say that they were taking a look at that. They're not saying it's impossible, but they're not saying it's possible either. So that was feedback that they had received. So we'll see if it happens. I think it would be cool to do that, to give us some controller support, especially with this kind of game. So I mean, if you take a look at it, I mean, it seems very similar. It's like they took Marvel Avengers and they put it on mobile. But so this is a continuation or kind of the next evolution of Marvel Future Fight. Marvel Future Fight, I would say, is a traditional action RPG, a mobile action RPG game. This one, I think, is going to be this one's going to be on a much larger scale. So with that being said, now the question comes: when can we get our hands on this game? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this right here. So this was the last investor relations meeting that Netmarble had for Q4 of last year. They had this, I believe it was in February. And right here, Marvel Future Revolution, global, excluding China, 2H21. So what that is that's second half of 2021. So the first half, Q1, Q2. So second half, so we are looking at somewhere between July and December. So somewhere in that 6-month period, this game is supposed to be launched. Now, we do have another investor relations meeting coming up I believe it's next month in May, and we may find out more. They might narrow it down. Maybe they're going to put last half, maybe they're going to put specifically say Q3 or Q4 on when this game is going to be launched. So then the question is what about a beta? In that mystery panel, they did talk about having a beta available. And since typically betas, betas I've seen as short as 3 months, and I've seen as long as 2 years, depending on the title. So, I mean, if you just kind of take a look at that, and it's supposed to be launched sometime in the second half of this year, I would say maybe sometime in June, July, somewhere around there, or maybe sooner, we'll hear something about a beta or a soft launch somewhere, so they can go ahead and get in there. But we're coming up really close to when second half starts, so that beta, that soft launch, is going to have to happen fairly quickly. And with the amount of activity on the Marvel Future Revolution Twitter page, I would say it's probably pretty soon. So May, June, July, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just guessing, but that's the information that we have to go on so far. So that is everything that we have so far. That's all that we have learned about this game, which is a lot. It's a mobile RPG game. Think of Genshin Impact. We have 8 playable characters coming out. The story is unique, and I think it's going to be exciting. And we know kind of around the time frame that this game is going to be launched. So we have a ton of information here, actually. So really, what's left to be seen is the beta and soft launch and getting in there and then seeing because the gameplay footage that you're going to see is marketing material stuff, right? Different angles, things like that, which typically we're not going to see from our perspective, the way that the camera pans and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to get into that game and kind of see what it feels like. And I think really that's the last part of this game. The last question is, what will the game really feel like? And I'm excited for it. I swear, if it's anything like Genshin Impact, but you're playing with Marvel characters, I'm sold. All right, everybody, that is what I had for you today. Continue to watch the channel for any new updates that come out for this game. We are going to follow this game all the way up until launch and possibly beyond. So definitely let me know your thoughts on this game. What are you excited for? Definitely let me know if you want to see more content on this. The more comments, the more thumbs up. Then that definitely lets me know that you're interested in this title and you want to know more. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.